How's it going, everybody? I am Louis the Average Guy 1983. Thank you very much for joining me on this video. Today's video is once again actually sponsored by Vmax because Vmax did provide me with the scooter. This is a 2025 Vmax VX4. This is a long range model, the one that has a 1056 watt hour battery. I'm going to be doing a range test today in sport mode with beast mode engaged, going up to 37 miles per hour under GPS verified. I did want to let you guys know that the tire PSI for the front and the rear tire are set to 45 PSI so that we can get like the best range possible without the tire overinflating with heat dissipation, etc. So it should be pretty cool. We do have the scooter fully charged at a 100% battery, so we're ready to go pretty much. So with that said, my friends, last time we did a range test in eco mode with the standard mileage at 21.7. We ended up getting a 21.9 max speed under the display, and under GPS it showed 22 miles an hour, so that was pretty cool. So again, we do have 38 miles of mileage under the odometer information, and I will be using the app under trip tools just so we can see the distance and the active time. And right now it says that we have a range of 45 miles. Obviously that's not really accurate because I'm a much heavier rider. If you're a lighter rider at like 160 pounds or lighter, you can probably achieve the 45 miles of range, but for me, I'm definitely not going to get that. On the last range test we did, I got 26 miles of range out of the battery, so I expect to get maybe around 15 or 16 miles of range going up to 37 miles per hour with the flow of traffic. We do got 58.5 volts under the display and 100% battery life based on the little gauge there. So there is a little bit of a difference there. That's about 98% battery life. So let's go ahead and hop on and get going. Alrighty, ladies and gents, here we go. This thing was pretty aggressive on the acceleration. Alrighty. Alrighty, let's see how it does. Again, we got the scooter in sport mode with beast mode engaged, going up to 37 miles an hour. And I do technically have the brakes adjusted to as good as I can get it to go for a cable brake with a drum brake. Here we go. I love that I have the app now because the app is going to be able to give me an actual reading of the distance, which is really cool. And we did start with 38 miles on the odometer, just in case we don't get any info. But here we go, look, check it out. The Vmax VX4 2025 model under beast mode can keep up with the flow of traffic. That is freaking insane. Yeah, I know, sorry buddy, I didn't mean to like get too close to you. This is just insane, man. The brakes could definitely use much better braking. For example, the rear brake can use a hydraulic brake instead of the cable brake, but That's just me though, especially going this fast. For 21.9 miles an hour, I think it's perfect, but for 37 miles an hour, yeah, probably a much better brake. Here we go so far. 34.9, 35.6. Let me try to do one of my scooter routine thingies here, where we can skip all this traffic right here. Not bad. We're gonna see how it does too going up this incline right here, because this incline that's here, it's not as steep, but it's long, and as you're going up, the scooter usually slows down. So I want to see how it does in sport mode with the beast mode engaged. So far the acceleration picked up very good. Here we go. And again, super stable on the road, man. Zero worries about speed wobble here. We're doing 32.9 right now. We should be catching up to the speed very soon. Here we go, 34.9. Now I gotta slow down again. Again, you know, we're going with the flow of traffic here. So if cars only go like 34 miles an hour, 32, 33, then we follow that. That's the point of this range test. It's not to completely max out the mileage that the scooter can provide, but to see how it does going up to that speed with the flow of traffic. This is for like daily riding, anybody that wants to use it at this speed, what to expect. And right now it jumped on me a little bit, so be real careful. Make sure you have your body fully on top of the scooter on the deck so that you won't get a wheelie, because I almost just did that right now. This scooter is very aggressive on the acceleration, but in a good way. We're doing 35.6 now, 36.3. Not bad. Man, this is doing really nice. So again, this scooter is 52 volts, 20.3 amp hours for those of you guys who care. So when you multiply 52 times 20.3, you get 1056 for your watt hours. The watt hours is what matters for the range. But as you can see, it's doing a fantastic job keeping up with the flow of traffic. You see that? So I got to turn over here as well, because this lane here is going to be turning and this one here is going straight to where I need to go. So again, on this scooter, because of the way it is, you definitely want to be able to lean your body back so that you can basically make your weight more even across the scooter's deck so that you won't go over the handlebar. So for now, I'm going to go ahead and show you guys what this thing is doing. We got 56.2 volts right now, and 56.2 is apparently about 85% battery life. So again, I'm not expecting a lot of range out of this scooter for my weight of 288 pounds. So I just want to see how it does. How long can we maintain that 37 miles per hour and acceleration as well under sport mode? So this here is the scooter fully unleashed. Alrighty guys, so the same rule of thumb like before, because I'm heading into the Pasadena area. We're going to try to get the scooter down to 60% and then turn around. So I'm going to go ahead and cut the video here and try to make this video as short as possible and clock in back at the 60%. If by any chance the scooter starts to like hesitate on acceleration, the speed limit slows down, any other thing that may be necessary to report, I'll be sure to check back in with you guys and let you guys know. Alrighty guys, here we go. Check it out, 37.1, and the Vmax is keeping up with the flow of traffic. You can see the car right there. Go ahead, lady, go ahead, get in under. Go on, there you go. Alrighty, Alhambra Police. Okay, you're gonna turn there. Alrighty. Not a problem here because the Vmax has no issues keeping up with the flow of traffic. Going up to 37 miles an hour. We're doing quite fabby right here, man. And again, look, I'm on the right side. This is law enforcement right here. Alhambra PD. And no issues here so far. Why? Because I'm remaining on the right hand side and I'm going with the flow of traffic and I'm not speeding. I'm not going like lane splitting because we're not a motorcycle rider, we're a scooter rider. These scooters do not require a license, but if you're going to be riding them on the street decently fast, they do at least want you to have like common sense riding on the street. So they do technically here in California require you to have at least a Class C license. So this way, the police know that you have common sense on the rule of riding in the streets. And you could already see the clouds. The rain wants to come. It's supposed to start raining tomorrow, or technically tonight. So this is one of the reasons why I want to get a range test done on this scooter. I think it's like super important to get that done, mainly because like I want to show how good this scooter does, man. It's a really impressive scooter. Definitely a huge win over, let's say, the Segway GT3, the Segway Max G3, the Max G2, and even the Segway GT1, which I paid $2,499 before sales tax almost 2 years ago. And to see that this scooter outperforms that one at $1,600, this is a really good deal. You won't regret buying this one, I'm telling you right now. The only thing I do recommend that you do if you're a heavy rider is to set your tire pressure to 45 psi so you can get the best range possible. And number two, recalibrate your brakes. So just if you're able to put it on a table or lift it up a little bit, so you can adjust the rear brake, go for it. Do the same thing with the front. You just have to squeeze the little trigger on the edge and of the brake, and you'll be able to just turn the little screw and it'll automatically adjust for you at that spot. And you'll have the best possible braking for a drum brake and a cable brake combination. Now this does have regen braking, and it does work. When you let go of the acceleration, you can kind of feel it holding back a little bit, so that kind of gives you a little bit of power back into the battery, but not a lot. We're talking about like a couple drops of power, nothing huge. So I don't think this will do great going down steep hills because of the type of brakes it has, but it'll definitely do pretty decent. But alright guys, enough talking. Let me go ahead and get you guys to the middle turning point, and we'll check back in just a moment. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, and it's going to be getting to the point where we're going to have to turn around. We've made it to San Gabriel Valley, almost entering Temple City, and we are here on Las Tunas Drive and Rosemead Boulevard. This is our official turnaround point here, and I'm going to pull over to the side to give you guys the total mileage so far that we've done and turn around based on the percentage of the battery. So let me just scoot over right here real quick and I'll let you guys know. And again, Rosemead Boulevard and Las Tunas Drive. It is getting dark, the rain is going to be coming soon, but here we go. We got 8.12 miles of riding, 32 minutes in on the ride time. It says 45.6 percent battery consumption and an average speed of 14.9, but we're actually going faster. We got a resting voltage of 52.5 to 52.6, and let me show you guys that under the voltage chart. So 52.6 is approximately about 60%, so we're doing really good with this. So we're gonna start turning around now and start heading back, so that this way we make sure we make it as close as we can to the house. But it's been doing fantastic. The speed has been maintaining right now with the flow of traffic, because as you guys can see, look, there is a lot of traffic here. Has been about 28 to 30 miles per hour is what it's been realistically doing, with small peaks of the maximum speed that the scooter can do, which was about 36.6 to 37.1. So with that said, my friends, I'm going to go ahead and cut the clip here, and I'm gonna start riding back home, and we'll catch up in just a moment. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, and we have officially made it to Highland Park, and we got about what looks like 16% battery life, so we are almost killing this battery based on what it says on the display, but the voltage shows 45.4 on the voltage with load. So I'll show you guys the screen right now, what it says there on 45.4. And we are going with the flow of traffic here, and that's one thing that the scooter has been able to still keep doing. Now, the acceleration did slow down now, but this is because we're also almost at the 10% mark. So I don't expect for the scooter to last that long, but we do have 15.7 miles on this ride. So I'm hoping to at least get 16 before the battery dies, and that would be a really good sweet spot for this scooter, considering that it's 52 volts, 20.3 amp hours, and we're going up to 37 miles an hour with the flow of traffic. And one thing that I almost forgot is that I'm riding a scooter, so I can actually come into the bike lane here and get across. So the only thing I have to look out for is cars that want to make a right turn without using their turn signals. So as you guys can see, it has slowed down. Look, check it out. It's not going that fast anymore. So this is just something to look out for. But again, you know, everyone's going to get different range based on their weight. So I'm, unfortunately 288 pounds, but this scooter can handle a rider up to 330. So this way you don't have to worry about the motor burning out or the controller burning out because it has too much load, etc. You'll be fine riding around in this area. So right now we have 11%. So the scooter is already like slowing down significantly when it comes to the acceleration and top speed. Now we have 17 miles an hour on the top speed. So I'm gonna go ahead and continue riding to get it down to 0, and I'll check in with you guys in just a moment. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, and we're officially done with the range test here, so let me give you guys the results. I decided to get back to Highland Park, and I made it just in the nick of time because the battery really started to die on this thing. The scooter started to slow down, so I really had to make sure that I got home safely, and thankfully I did. So the scooter did an impressive 17.4 miles of range, going up to 37 miles per hour with beast mode engaged under sport mode. And as you guys were able to see briefly, I was able to go with the flow of traffic between like 28 to like 37 miles an hour. That's what I was really doing, and it did really well. So I feel like if you were to do like maybe 30 miles an hour instead of the whole 37, or maybe 25 miles an hour instead of 28, you would get more range. But for a 288 pound rider, I think this scooter did really good, especially considering that it has a 52 volt 20.3 amp hour battery, which in watt hours is 1056 watt hours. I think it did fantastic for what it is. Now again, if we go with the typical rule of thumb, right, where every scooter company and e-bike company uses the 160 pound rider method, going on a flat surface road, etc., right? What you would want to do here is divide my weight of 288 pounds divided by your weight. In this example, we're going to use 160 pounds. So 288 divided by 160 is 1.8. What you want to do from this point is multiply 17.4, which is the range I got, times 1.8, and you'll get your range. In this case, it's about almost 33 miles of range from the fully charged battery up to the point where we got it down to about 5%. Now you can probably squeeze it all the way down to 0 and get the scooter to still run probably as low as 6 miles an hour, but you know, you can still get it to move a little bit and achieve a little bit more range, possibly 33 miles officially. But that's not bad if you're a 160 pound rider. Now for me, I think that the scooter did fantastic because my GT1 going up to 37 miles an hour on the display, but 34 miles realistically, which was an overinflated mileage that the scooter has, I only got about 12 miles of range with my same current weight. And on this one here, that's a lighter frame, same battery size, I got 17.4. So that's really impressive, man. So if you guys are interested in getting this scooter, this is the 2025 Vmax VX4. This is the long range model, the one that has 1056 watt hours. Get it now while you can, because it is currently on sale for like $1,600 give or take. You can get $15 off with my discount code TAG193. And again, if you use the link, it does support the channel by me being trusted with another scooter from the company in the future. So I do want to give a special thank you to the 2 people who purchased a Vmax VX4 or a Vmax VX2 hub. Thank you very much for using the link. Because of you guys, I was able to sell a total of 3, and I'm getting closer to being trusted with possibly the VX2 hub, and I'll be able to review that one for you guys as well. So thank you again from my heart for the support. And if you guys have any questions about the Vmax VX4, please comment down below and I'll be sure to answer your questions. Again, this scooter does have a very generous 2-year warranty, which covers your display, your motor, your controller, and your battery for 2 whole years, regardless to how many miles you put on the scooter. It's covered. Have peace of mind with Swiss engineering. So with that said, my friends, I will see you guys on the next video. Peace for now.